everyone, this is the CJ Show. I'm your host, Colleen, and this is my co-host, Jeff.
Hey, how's it going, everybody?
Happy Friday. We'll just wait to see who's going to pop on, and then today we're going to be talking about building your email list. So we'll just wait a second, see who's going to sign on, and we'll jump into it.
Sounds good.
And whenever you sign on, just, comment below, say hi, tell us where you're from. If you're watching us either during our live or later, you can always just comment, and we can answer whatever questions you guys have. Come on, guys. I know you want to watch us. I know you want to talk about email lists. These are important.
Still talking about the NFL draft. So
I know.
Cleveland's going to be... Are you a Browns fan?
I am not a football fan. Certainly not a Browns fan. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not necessarily a Browns fan, but I'm excited to see what happens this year. They've done pretty good in the draft so far. So
yeah. Trubinsky, I know he didn't get drafted by us, but he's from my area, so.
Well, I am a huge Chicago Bears fan, and they are the ones.
Go figure.
So there's a lot of controversy over that decision. I support it. I'm saying it on here now. I'm all for it.
It's official.
Man.
It's official. All right, so I just see somebody jumped on. You can go ahead and say hi. Tell us where you're from, and we're going to get started and talk about building your email list. So Take it away. Go ahead, give us a little synopsis there, buddy.
An email list. There's ways to get an email list. You can buy them. The majority of a good affiliate program, they'll be shared amongst partners and whatnot. Mm-hmm. But if you want it to be really effective, it's something you've got to spend some time with on yourself. Just because someone else's certain list works for them doesn't always mean it's going to work for you. Mm-hmm. So we've got 3 steps that you want to consider when you're getting right, when you're putting your list together. And
the importance of building a list is obviously, like you said, you can, you make it your own. It's customized. There's obviously going to be prospecting in it, obviously, because you need to build it. But something you have to worry about when you're getting a purchase list is, you might get a lot of bounce backs. You might not get a lot of good emails, or, sometimes you get a list that is just all completely bad. So it's also a waste of time and money, because then you kind of have to find out the hard way. Obviously it's quicker and, convenient for you, but, when you're, building a list, you are specifically customizing it to you. You could buy purchase lists based on advertising firms or something along those lines. But like I said, you're going to get bounce backs. You're going to get just bad emails in general. So that's always something that you have to, be able to take that risk on, especially if you're investing some money into it. So always be sure to double check where you're getting your list from too.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely. So go ahead. I just wanted to put that out there.
No, and you know what? I've done a lot of work for customers on, some of the back end stuff that we're going to talk about today, but I've never actually used an email list myself.
Yeah, and that's usually what I use.
I know there's software required, not required, but needed. That makes it a lot easier. In Business Marketing Engine, we have a software available for our customers. You can contact us. Even if you just contact Copywriter today, Business Marketing Engine's our sister company, so it all goes in together. But maybe you can explain a little bit about exactly what that software does, since you use it so often.
Good question. That's Gabe.
Okay. Well.
Yeah. That's Gabe's end. But generally, you could put it through a program where it'll I'm not exactly sure. I can't remember off the top of my head. I'm sure Gabe will be able to comment on this later. But I know he goes through a system where, it cleans out the whole purchase list that you have. And it kind of does that work for you a little bit, where, cleans up any bad emails or anything that just looks like it's just not going to send it all. Obviously, that's not always 100% effective. I still get some bounce backs. I still get, those bad emails. But there's, obviously that's always an easy way to do at first. But obviously it's not 100%. You still might just get some of those bad emails out there as well.
Yeah, and I know the software is also used for setting up automated emails, to where emails are sent automatically without any effort whatsoever on the sender's part. As soon as there's a notification, an email goes out, and that's where you build an email sequence that we're talking about in the next show. But you've got a specific email that responds to each action the viewer might take.
Yeah. So before we
complicated if you don't have the right software in place.
Yeah. Before we kind of jump into all that good stuff, so why do people need an email list then?
Email marketing is very effective. It not only increases potential leads, but it increases your sales. It keeps your customers you already have informed and up to date. It's a way to promote a new service or new product. You set up monthly email letters just to keep everyone informed about what your business is doing and what they can expect in the future. So without a good, thorough, effective email list, you're really robbing yourself of the opportunity to build a relationship with your customers and potential clients.
And I know a lot, like long term is what everyone shoots for, but also you can't depend on that. Something could happen at any time, and it doesn't have to be your fault. It can be not a right time for, the clients that you do have right now. And that's why it's still effective to still prospect, to still build your lead list, to continue reaching out to people, because you might have a good group of customers that you have signed with you. But like I said, it's not 100%. You can't completely rely on those people, because even if it's not your fault, and a lot of people still blame themselves, but you never know what's going to happen at any time. So prospecting is at any, even if it's just an hour a day or a few hours a week, you still need to continue to be building that list, because anything could happen.
Yeah, exactly. And I don't necessarily, you do such a good job with sales with Copywriter today that we don't need a whole lot of people. But I know from experience with my own personal business, when I was taking work for new clients, probably not even 10% of the time would I get a client on the first email I sent out. Yeah. It was always, I'd contact them, make sure they've got my information, and a couple of weeks down the road, they would get back in touch with me when they need, oh, we need a writer. Hey, I remember an email I got a month ago. Let me see if I can find it. And that's where it helps to keep in touch with those people.
Mm-hmm. Which is why, you need to be building that leads list to its full potential. You need to, ensure that everything is getting done, and making sure that you're still following up with people. Because like you said, a lot of the times you don't reach out, or somebody doesn't reach out to you until it is convenient for them and the time is right, which is why you don't stop until you get a no. And even then, sometimes I put them on hold just because I want to work with them, like they seem like they would be a good fit. They're just, they don't know, they don't have, they don't want to commit to listening to the detailed information. So always continue to build on that list and building those relationships, even if you're not getting any replies. Like that doesn't mean no at all, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
That's not a no in my book.
Yeah. Well, and I know I've heard Gabe say several times, if you're not doing something every day to bring on new work, eventually you're going to go out of business.
Yeah.
And by having an email list, that is the most effective. That's the simplest way to do something daily to add to your clientele, to your client base.
Mm-hmm.
So,
So while we have our, we got the mindset, we want to make an email list. What are some specifics that we need to, get started on creating one then?
first of all, when you first get started with it, all the information needs to be about you. For starters, put down in paper so you don't just think it. That's simple. You want to be able to read it. You want to see what is the product or service you have to offer. What is it you do? And then then you want to decide what is it that sets you out from your competition. What is it that makes you better from the other people who do the same thing you're doing? And then thirdly, what can you do to prove that? What evidence can you show the people you're going to be emailing? And that's the first step you need to take, is to define who and what your business is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a good point. And like I said, you need to really focus and dial in on what essentially what you want out of your customers, not necessarily at first it's not what they would need from you. It's like, what are these ideal lists that I need for my customers to have? And with Copywriter today, we cover so many different topics that it wouldn't be organized and as effective if we took every topic that we talked about and put it all in one list. We need to, focus on businesses that deal with plumbing, like plumbers. Honestly, like we get those. And then, after that list is done, we'll go through advertising agencies. Then after that's done, the list goes on. We'll go to health and fitness blogs, So always breaking it down, because your list is gonna continue to grow, especially if you're, like you said, working on it every day. Because but you don't want to, kind of mesh all those all together, because then it would just be too much, and you can have more than one, emailing list.
Yeah, and that's where the BME emailing software comes in, because I can remember, gosh, it's probably been 2-3 years ago when I was first getting started. I can remember going through the process of sending out. I didn't do it every day, but I'd make sure my goal was every week I was emailing at least 100 different people.
Yeah.
Could potentially be clients. I didn't even know what an email list was yet, but that takes, you get that BME email software, and it makes it where you're doing this in a matter of minutes instead of. I used to visit sites, write down the website, just go through the list, write down everybody's email address.
You're so old school.
Hey, you know what? That's why I work for Gabe now.
Yes. Now you learn a faster and effective way.
Yes.
Yes, where you could be sending email blasts out every few days, 3 times a week or something along those lines, depending on how big your list is.
Yes. So,
yeah.
But yeah, and you really can't determine who you want to reach until you are able to determine exactly who you are.
Mm-hmm.
That's why that's the first step you need to take, is answering those 3 questions.
Yeah.
Your product, your service, why are you better than the others, and how can you prove it?
Okay. Awesome. Yeah, that's good information. And then, so what do you think would be some effective ways when you're trying to do that in your emails then? When you're trying to give them information that would, make them think and go, and actually respond to you?
Well, for starters, you don't want to use a real lengthy email. Normally, the shorter the email is better, but storytelling is a huge, everybody's interested in reading a good story. So,
Yeah.
and maybe where you need to talk to an account manager and see about getting a writing team, a copywriter day. Not everybody can do that with words, and that's okay. But, to write an effective email, to let them know that there's a process, and we'll go over it a little bit more in the next show. But things like creating an attractive character for your business,
Yeah.
going over completing the entire email sequence. You really can't write a real thorough first email until you know the goal and the purpose of the fifth email in the sequence.
Yeah.
So and I think about stuff way too much. But trust me, they write books about it. It's real. So
Yes, it is. And just to give everyone just a little, insight about how I use my email list and how I send out a sequence of emails is, please don't use links in your first email. I did that. I learned the hard way.
Okay.
And always create a good subject line. Test them out. Test, write 4 out. Test them. Sometimes people like when you directly use their name. Sometimes people like when you're lighthearted and you're kind of funny. And it's all a part of building that relationship with that person, which is why you want the person that you're reaching out to know that, hey, this is what I do, but you're not going to make that first sale on that first email and get them right on the phone. People are hesitant. You got to really ease into it. And sales is going to take time. Things don't happen in one day. It's rare. And, you truly have to build that relationship with people. They have to trust you. They have to know you're genuine. And I'm not saying, ask them how their wife and 3 kids are, but, you have to be, give them that personality that is going to show them that you are interested in working with them. Because clearly you are. Obviously, you're reaching out to them. They're on your list, especially if you're building your own, So that is always important, especially in your first email. Don't use a link, and keep it light. Keep it really light, because you want them to still wonder why you're contacting them. They have an idea, but you want them to reach out and ask why or what exactly is Copywriter today. Because a lot of people don't want to go research it right now. But also, a link it's not effective and it's not attractive.
Okay. All right. I agree with what you're saying. I know I've written a couple email sequences out that I have never used, but they're for other people, obviously. But like I said, the subject line, the headline, I found what works best is to ask a question pertaining to the problem.
Yeah.
And then open your email by identifying the problem and let them know that you have a solution.
Yeah.
Hey, you got all this content needs written, but you don't have the time to do it. We can do that. Here's a little bit about us. We do this, and this. We're better from our competition because of our subscription service. This, and this. Here's some proof. I'll email you tomorrow.
Right. Let me know if you're interested. And also a closing statement is really good too. That is always really
tomorrow. So
talk to you soon. I look forward to hearing from you. It shouldn't just be a simple thanks.
Yeah. We're get into all that a little bit in the next show, but because obviously if the first email doesn't do its job, no one's going to read emails 2, 3, 4, and 5. So it's very important. But the main thing is you want the reader to see they're not going to have to invest a whole lot of time in reading your email and get to know who you are and building this relationship. They want it to be simple. when you ask a question, when you address a problem, they realize, hey, you know what? I need to read this, but you need to make it as simple as possible for them to read.
Yeah, very quick and, friendly to your people's eyes. Like, you don't want to just put it all in, you need to space that out too. Because then it makes it quicker for people to scan.
Yeah, formatting's important, even in emails.
Yeah.
You got to be a professional writer, so call a copywriter today.
Wink, wink.
Yeah. So.
All right, everyone. If you have any questions, go ahead and feel free to ask that. I think we'll be wrapping it up, but you can always reach out to us. Comment below on the video, even if you're watching this later. We'll be able to contact you, or you can go to copywritertoday.net, and I will be in that little corner, which people usually say, can you turn this off? But no, you might have a question, so I really want to answer your questions.
And also, if you just make a comment or send us a message with your email address, I'll write something in a lot more detail about this. There's more information than we could possibly give in a 20 or however many minute show, but it's very important. There's nothing worse than getting all hyped up about this email marketing and then it fails. So, take time, reach out, leave a comment with your email address, send us a message with the email address, and I'll make sure you're set up to succeed. And if nothing else, I'll let you know exactly who you need to contact at Copywriter today.
Awesome.
Colin is busy selling everything. So.
Yeah, happy Friday for that.
Yeah.
All right, well, if nobody has any other questions, we'll be signing off for the day, but we'll be back here Monday at 11 a.m.
Okay.
Time. Yeah. We're still working with the times a little bit, so you guys let us know what times you think would be effective, and we'll take that into consideration. And let us know if you have any topics that you want us to cover in the future. These videos are about you guys, so we want to cover whatever you have questions on.
Yeah, and look for us on YouTube. We're always there, and you can find some more information than what we give here. So.
Yep. Alrighty, guys. Well, you all have a good weekend, and we will see you Monday. Have a good one, guys.
Yep. Have a good weekend.